Okay, hi, I'm Charles Smith, and I'm the interviewer, and I'll be interviewing Brian today. I'm going to ask him several questions that he's going to elaborate on and answer for me.
I'm Brian, and I'm answering the questions.
All right, the first question I have for you: what year are you in college, and what is your current major?
Right now, I'm in my second year of college, and I'm a journalism major. Um, this is supposed to be my senior year. Like, people my grade in high school are graduating this spring, but I'm a little behind. So, throughout like trying to change my majors and all that, so I'm a little behind, but I'm on pace to graduate in 2.5 years, 2.5 years, and I'm a journalism major. I want to use that as a stepping stone to get into sports scouting, because I've seen people use their writing to get into that kind of world, and that's what I want to do.
Okay. So my next question was, what career do you want to pursue after you receive your degree? But you just answered that. So what I will ask you is, what interests you about this career that you could potentially pursue?
Um, Really, it's just what I've seen people that in that same field that I follow do. There's a couple people that write for a website that I also write for or used to write for, that are now in contact with professional sports teams doing sort of scouting work for them, and that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to scout like up and coming players in the hockey world and inform professional teams what they should do, who they should go after, and stuff like that.
You just mentioned hockey, and as far as sports goes, is that the sport you feel most passionate about, that you would feel comfortable broadcasting, or would you be willing to venture out and do other sports as well?
Hockey's the main sport that I follow, but football is a close second. And actually, I'm already doing football work for the Tribune Chronicle. I cover high school football, so I could comfortably go into football as well.
Very good. The Tribune Chronicle that you just mentioned, is that like a local newspaper?
That's the local paper in Warren, where I'm from.
Okay. Excuse me. Um, so when you graduate college in 2 years and you have a journalism degree, what assets do you feel like you will bring to an organization as a journalist, or as potentially a sports broadcaster or a recruiting agent?
I'd like to think that I'm adaptable and I'll be able to do this or do that. They're already pushing me out of my comfort zone, sort of, with sending me all these different places that I've never been. And I feel like I've adapted really well to that. Working on a deadline, I can do easily. Just stuff like that, just little things. Like, I can do just about anything, kind of like a Swiss Army knife. That's the best thing I can bring.
All right, good comparison. Just a few more questions here. Um, as far as the sports broadcasting that you're not sports broadcasting, the sports journalism that you're doing for the Warren Tribune or the Tribune Chronicles. I'm sorry, I don't know if I got that name right. What is the best thing you? What is the most applicable thing you could say you took away from working there and being one of their employees to apply it to being a sports agent, sports scouter?
Uh, just being able to be at the games and watch, like, I can sort of tell like who sticks out, who doesn't, and just being there watching, I sort of know, like, have my eyes there, and I can tell like which players are good, which players aren't, and I feel like I kind of wish I was already scouting, because there's a couple players that have really intrigued me.
No. Okay. If you let's say 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, this career really isn't working out for you. What is something that you're also passionate about that you can feel like you can go on and make a good career, not only lucrative, but also make yourself happy and be passionate about it?
Music is my second passion, and I already sort of make music on the side, like electronic stuff, like R&B, rap influenced. I feel like if I could do that full time, I would be just as happy, if not more happy. It's just not something that's a guaranteed payoff.
Very, very true. Very true. Um. So we touched on music. That would be your second career. The sports broadcasting. What are some of your hobbies besides obviously sports, because you're very into that and passionate about that?
Well, I do write for a fan blog about my hockey team. I make music. Um, I play video games a lot, like Call of Duty, the new one that's coming out. Then mostly like NHL, Madden. That's really it. I don't really have time to do anything else anymore because of school and work.
Okay. And one last question to wrap this up. You talked about hockey teams. I know hockey teams play in a lot of different places and they travel. But would you be willing to travel as a career and be like self-employed and write articles for different newspapers and travel? Would that be something you want to do, or do you want to have like a home team and be stationed in one place?
I'd prefer to have one team to cover because I would know who I'm covering like every week and all that, and I would know my team. But I'd have no problem traveling everywhere, covering different teams because that's already what I do now.
Okay.
But covering one team would be easier.
Okay. And that's all the questions I have for you. If you have anything to add or you want to say, you can.
That's really it.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.